Atlanta, Georgia, and inside Mercedes-Benz Stadium. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Tennessee Titans. 3-0 versus 0-3. Will current form hold? We'll find out as we're off in Week 4. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. 61. Got you. I got you, son. I got you, son. Check nine. You go take. You got take. You got take right there. Watch it. Hey, watch it. Peek it. One. Get.
And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
He gets it to Brown, complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mariota under a heavy rush, and down he goes. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They'll get that one out quickly to Brown. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47, and he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
Throwing on 2nd down. Ryan, he's going to loft one deep over the middle into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half.
And Henry's hit. He lost the football, and the Falcons grab it.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Falcons. Ito Smith. His third touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone.
Let's go.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5.
General West. Hey, exit. Let's snap.
From the gun, here's Tannehill. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain, followed by a sizable loss here.
Let's go. 50, plant. Greystone, travel. Roll out.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. 3rd and long, it's Tannehill. Flushed out right. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
51, down.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And the catch is made by Justin Harding. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
Hey, take time. Protein spill.
Play action. Ryan. Man open. That's Calvin Ridley. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards on the play.
That's another Falcons first down. 1st and 10 at the 25.
Back now in Atlanta's second quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Back now in Atlanta's second quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Ryan on 1st down. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Calvin Ridley, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons push further out in front. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field, and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Their own 26-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Brings up second and 12.
Check safety, check safety.
42-yard line.
Blue dot quarters, blue dot quarters.
One. Delta.
On second and 12, Mariota, and that is intercepted by last year's NFL leader, DeMonte Casey. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. A first down carry for Smith. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Space.
From midfield now, here's Ryan. Now he'll let it go deep over the... That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Russell Gage, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. And he had time there. I mean, you give any quarterback that length of time, he'll make you pay.
It just puts way too much stress on guys trying to cover downfield because, as you said, you that much time in the pocket, he can scan the field, find the open person. That's exactly what happened there. And what was the end result again?
Touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
On first down, it's Tannehill. And he finds Corey Davis. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 28 yards to gain there on the catch and run.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. He's going to take a shot for the end zone, and this is going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
And the judge does a nice job there of navigating and picking up some yardage. Remember, no Tevin Coleman in the backfield, so he's moved up in the pecking order, getting a lot of playing time for these Atlanta Falcons.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Back pilot, 64, weak.
Check 50, check 50. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist. Hey, South. Switch gears.
On third down, Ryan. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Daquan Jones fighting his way home to get the sack.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Titan football. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that, because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now. Start your comeback, but you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. On second and 11 now. Tannehill, and he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to knock that one free. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for fourth down.
Go. Ready?
They snap it to Tannehill. That's to his running back, complete. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on fourth down. Now a first down throw, Tannehill. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. Here comes the seventh play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. A solid stiff arm. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. A bit of a surprise. They're going for it with 2 ticks remaining. No sign of the field goal unit. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. On 2nd and 12, Ryan. This one caught by Ridley. The 30, 10, touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, 81 yards. And the Falcons push further out in front.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Devondre Campbell flies in to blow that play up. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Running from the gun with Henry.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. He completes it to Henry. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Tannehill. And that is intercepted by last year's NFL leader, DeMonte Casey. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. On the move to his left. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. From the gun, it's Ryan. Flush to his right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Matt Ryan connecting on his 4th touchdown pass of the ball game. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And oh, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. On 3rd down, Henry. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. The Tannehill staying out there. They're going to go on 4th down. They're going to go. It's Tannehill. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. He's going deep for Brown. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for the rookie A.J. Brown there. And it's 2nd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Grady Jarrett, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5.
Where are they, 3.
3rd and long here for Mariota. And that is incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Here's Tannehill, and this is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position.
Hey, Tuesday.
Try to get the run game going. Here's Smith. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They go back to the ground with Smith. And he is going to get this close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the Titans' 36. They'll try and run for it with Smith. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. He'll give up 6 yards there on the loss, and it'll bring up 4th down. Ryan. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And past the 30. He'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
10 yards. And the Falcons, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Ryan now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So jumping from his free safety spot.
That tells you how aggressive they are on defense. Doesn't it? They get everyone involved. He was a little too fast on that play.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready, blue 80, 125. Wait.
It's game situation. Let's go. Hey, one set. Check.
Got it.
From the shotgun, Ryan looking for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Here's Tannehill. Got a man. It's Brown. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Up at the 29 now. They'll head to the line. 2nd and a yard. Derrick Henry. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down.
Pro team spill. Big grip.
Here we go on 4th. Tannehill. And that is intercepted by last year's NFL leader, DeMonte Casey. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down. To throw is Tannehill. Being chased out left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Vic Beasley making it look easy, cruising in for the sack.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. The Titans on third down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Titans go. It's Mariota. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Ito Smith. There he goes inside the 30. And he'll be taken down at the 26. It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Ryan, he'll buy some time right, and he finds his tight end Graham. Another big hitter there, this one good for 18.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got it. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal.
I like the design of that play, or shall I say the way it ended up. Quarterback ends up to the right side. You know, he gets outside of the pocket. How about the tight end staying in his sight line and getting to that same part of the field, and they find each other.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. You can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to, because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Back to the air. Tannehill on 2nd down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Brown. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. The last play on the completion got him half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. He's going to let it fly. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Oh, look at this. Ryan's going to throw it. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's Matt Ryan, picked off by Logan Ryan. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Tannehill now to throw. And my goodness, another. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. On 1st down, it's Tannehill, escaping the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 25-yard line. They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. It's complete to Brown, right side. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
At the 17-yard line.
One last throw here for Tannehill. And this is going to be intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense is they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that...